We are neither nutritionists or medical providers. The topics discussed on this show are from our own research and experiences. Please consult your medical provider before attempting anything discussed on this show. Welcome to another episode of
Sjogren Strong. This is Brian.
And this is Lupe.
And this is your podcast discussing how to live an active and healthy lifestyle despite a diagnosis of Sjogren's.
And today...
Lupe, why don't you share with everybody kind of how your week's been a little rough on you? Adjusted work hours... Some projects stopped you from getting as many miles in this week. You've not been a happy camper.
I'm actually really upset about it, right? Because I don't like the hours, right?
And your hours went from what to what?
My hours went from 7 to 3:30 to 9 to 6, and I stay longer than 6, sometimes 7:30.
And 5 o'clock's your bedtime. How do they expect you to work?
Exactly. I don't have time to go shopping, make any returns. It really messed me up.
And they threw some projects at you, which you had to get done, and you couldn't take as many breaks as you normally do, and didn't get your miles in. Didn't get as many miles in this week.
Right. And, either you take your breaks or you get the work done that needs to be done, right? And if I took my breaks, I wouldn't have been able to complete it. So
you did what you had to do to get the job done.
And I wasn't too happy about it, but I had to do it, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. I know you weren't too happy about it because I've been getting the brunt of your frustration and anger.
And I try not to, but you know what?
Hey.
Can't take it out on the dogs.
I'm the whipping post. It's all good, though. I signed up for it.
No, I don't really take it out on you, do I?
Yes.
I've just been quiet lately, like this morning.
And then I'm like, hi, Preciosa. What?
This morning?
Good morning.
This morning. Last night you fell asleep and you were watching that show. This morning, I get out of bed and you're still watching that show.
So all you have to say is, all you have to say is, can we watch something else? Sure.
Walk out and I'm like, I look at the TV and I said, are you serious? I went back to bed.
I'm trying to get through season 9 of Scrubs. I never saw season 9 when it aired.
Chop, chop. Get it over with because I'm over it.
And again, just say, hey, can we watch something else? Sure.
Hey, so...
It's not like it's going to go away. Anyway, today we want to cover 6 tips that can help you feel better.
I've been feeling so good lately, so that's why we wanted to share all this with you.
And, to start off, we understand not everybody is the same. We understand not everybody's diagnosis is the same. And as we stated in the disclaimer, we are not medical providers. And one of these points is going to be talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
But we get it. And we're not trying to make anybody feel bad if they can't do things we're getting ready to talk about, but we want to encourage you to do what you can do. Bottom line. So
move a little bit, do what you can, and we're not trainers either.
Right.
So
we're just two people living life and trying to do things a little bit better every day.
And again, I've been feeling really good, so I want to share. I'm excited, right? Because I want you guys to feel as good as I've been feeling for the last several weeks. So
yeah, and these 6 tips can have a tremendous benefit to your quality of life because we know exercise boosts physical energy. We know it helps produce endorphins in your body, which is a natural painkiller.
And exercise can help reduce inflammation throughout the body. And I can attest to that because it's been happening to me.
Yep.
Significantly.
Sausage fingers are going away.
You know what? So you could see the wrinkles. This area right here, it's my finger, I know, but...
It's her upper, outer, shorter finger.
Come on now. He's just poking fun at me because that's how I describe my body parts. No, but this part of my finger right here, above the knuckle is usually really, really inflamed. It looks like it has water in there.
And she's pointing to the finger in between the first and second knuckle.
And usually it's so swollen that I can't see the little wrinkles, and I could actually see the little wrinkles. So that makes me a little bit excited.
Sausage fingers are going away.
Oh, yeah. And also, exercising helps combat depression and anxiety.
That it does.
But you know what? I've been a little bit bummed that I haven't been taking my second break or as long of a lunch because I need to get my work done. And I missed that me time.
Yeah.
Because I am alone with my thoughts. And, that's being on long walks or whatever. That's when you clear your mind.
Yep.
So I think that's why it helps.
So let's move on to number 1. And I feel this is important to start a few weeks before you start any exercise routine or any training cycle for any physical activity. And that's getting your diet right and fueling your body for the new demands you're going to put on it. And for those of you with Sjogren's, you should consider more of an anti-inflammatory diet to begin with.
Drink a lot of water also.
Yeah, and this is a great time to talk to your doctor. If you have access to a nutritionist, work with them. Let them put a plan together. They understand the physiological effects of what's going on in your body with Sjogren's and or other ailments and can really help dial it in.
So you want to consider eating a lot of fresh fruits, vegetables, drinking a lot of water, cutting out junk food for the most part. Just eat as healthy as possible.
Yeah, and some things that can help the body cause inflammation are lactose, red meat, white flour, processed sugar, deep fried foods, and of course, alcohol.
Alcohol. I rarely drink alcohol. A couple of weeks ago, maybe we had a beer, but for the most part, I don't really drink it. I just don't like the way it makes me feel. Right?
Yeah, since we went off the wagon, I think you've maybe had 2.5 drinks.
Plus, I kind of want to save my calories for other things.
So that's number 1, fueling the body, getting your diet right. And we talk about that a lot. And look, we're to blame as well. We go through bad phases, we go through good phases. And it's really weird psychologically because when we're eating clean and right, we feel so much better. We have so much more energy.
What helps a lot is not bringing it into the house. So if you're craving, I don't know, Doritos, go to the gas station and buy a little bag. That's, you'll take care of your craving and it's not in the house. So you won't just want to snack on it because you're bored.
Exactly. It's helped for us. Last night, she's sitting in the chair. We don't have any chips. We don't have any chocolate. We don't have any ice cream.
I was being a whiny girl, a whiny baby.
But that was part of our plan. We're not going to bring it into the house. And we said, if we're completely craving it, go get a single serve.
I was completely craving it, and you didn't go to the gas station for me.
I offered.
And I said, thanks, but I'm good.
Yeah.
I just went to sleep instead.
Then I turned on Scrubs.
Oh, my God. Okay, and number 2 is be stingy with your spoons.
And I'm just going to let you take this because I have twice as many spoons as you do.
You have way more many spoons than I do. If you're not familiar with spoon theory, it basically means that when you wake up in the morning, you only have a certain amount of spoons. When you get out of bed, when you hop a shower, when you have breakfast, as the day goes on, you're depleting your spoons. So you started off with 10, you hop a shower, have breakfast. Now you have 8 spoons, and you have to be stingy with your spoons because it's barely 8 o'clock. You used to have 15 hours left in the day.
Right. And when you're out of spoons, you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So basically what we're saying is conserve some of your spoons for self-care. And self-care isn't just preparing and eating meals and hygiene. It's getting some exercise in, at least stretching, doing something to help your body get stronger.
So if your sink is full of dishes and your hamper is full of laundry, save it for another day.
or pick one of them. Don't try to accomplish both of them.
Right.
Right.
Or just save it for another day.
Lupe, why are you running out of spoons already today? It is Saturday at 3:00 in the afternoon.
Okay, so we're sitting in the studio and we're prepping for this episode. And I don't feel like I hit a wall, but I definitely felt myself getting sleepy. And let me tell you, one thing that I didn't do today was I didn't walk in the morning.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because usually, what time is it right now? It's 2:30. So I already walked maybe 5 miles by now during the week. So,
right.
And when I woke up in the morning, I knew I wasn't going to walk because I like giving myself a 0 day where I don't exercise, but my body misses it actually.
Yeah. And, so we just compensate. She's probably going to leave the studio right after this is done. I'm going to continue to work for a little bit, but she'll probably go home and crash, which is cool. And maybe she'll have some energy when I get home and we can take care of some of the chores that need to be done or not. Tomorrow, we're going to lunch with some friends. We want to make sure you've got spoons for that. So you're not going over there and sitting down in the chair and falling asleep.
No. I wouldn't do that on purpose anyways. But, it is hot today, A, and B, I had a lot of returns. And so I took care of that. I think I probably went to 5 different stores. So I've been doing that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you got a little work on. So yeah, that's the spoon theory. Be stingy with your spoons. Save some spoons for self-care to include some exercise of some sort.
But Google spoon theory, it's a very interesting read.
Yeah, it is.
They explain it in great detail.
And that's why we hashtag everything spoony too.
Right. Having a support system really helps.
And this can consist of friends, family, your doctor, your nutritionist, your rheumatologist, your any and everybody out there that's going to support you in your endeavor.
Your trainer. When you go to the doctor, they always ask you, so how many times a week do you exercise? Why is that? Why do they care?
People that exercise are generally healthier.
Well, it's like putting money in the bank for your body, right? In the future. So
it's that savings account. But have that support system. And this is one of those things where you might have to distance yourself from some people. If you have that friend that would rather sit in the bar and grab bar food and drink, maybe that's not the individual you want to hang out with while you're going through your exercise routine. They're not supporting you in what you're trying to accomplish, and the consumption of alcohol is not going to help you achieve this. Now, on occasion, cool. Anything in moderation, we get it. But maybe it's time to distance yourself from that person and gravitate towards your friend that does walk every day.
Before I started working from home, my coworker and I, we would walk. We would walk during breaks and lunches. Now she's working from home and so am I, right? Different places. But we kind of still keep each other accountable. In the morning when I'm walking and she's already at work, I snap her, and hey, how you doing? I'm doing this, you know what I mean? And then during breaks and stuff, and it's kind of like a competition who could get more steps in. And also, I am on Fitbit, and I haven't really created any challenges lately because, it's been a weird couple of weeks for me. But my email address to friend me on Fitbit is Lupe, that's Lupe, at sjogrenstrong.com. And a lot of listeners and followers already we're already connected. But like I said, I haven't done any challenges, but that's definitely something I do want to do. And I do post daily for the most part, pictures of my walk and how many miles and stuff like that.
Which is good. You're creating that virtual support system.
Right.
Because you can see how many steps your friends got in on Fitbit, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
I think it's if somebody creates a challenge, we could see when we open our app, we can see the challenge, and if you click on it, you could see everybody who accepted the challenge, and you could see their steps. And sometimes you look at it and you're like, oh man, I barely have 1,000 steps, but so-and-so already has 5,000. So what do? You just get on it.
So last weekend we went to the Bolsa Chica wetlands, and on the way out, we did about 4 miles, just under 4 miles.
Yes.
We actually walked circles in the parking lot so we could get those 4 miles in.
You know what? Sometimes, because if we're going to walk, I like turning on my Fitbit. So it could track it because it already counts the steps, but it doesn't track it. Because you get a cool map of what you did. And sometimes, I don't know, we already walked 100 feet or whatever it is. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I didn't turn on my Fitbit. So I run back to the car, to the starting point. I don't know. Crazy. Cuckoo.
Now we're going to do a little recap. We understand fueling our body is important. We understand you need to be stingy with your spoons. We understand the importance of a support group. Now we're going to talk about the type of activity we need to start with. If you have not exercised in a while, let's not go hit the gym and see if we can still throw up 300 pounds.
No way.
Not what we should be doing. But we want to just start with some low impact exercises like walking, stretching, and stretch before you start any physical activity. But if you haven't done any form of exercise in a long time, start off with a stretching routine. Stretch out 5 minutes day 1. Day 2, stretch out 2 sessions of 3 minutes each. Gradually build on just a stretching routine, and that alone is going to make you feel better. And then you can add some walking to it. But we want to pay particular attention to not doing anything that's going to impact our ankles, knees, and hips out of the gate. We want to take it slow. So starting with these low impact exercises are awesome. Then we can work up into some medium impact exercises. You can do things like, hitting the treadmill, going for the walk around the neighborhood, yoga, Pilates, weight training. Anything that's low impact is where you want to start.
And then slowly you could add cardio, aerobics, stick to your fitness level. But I don't know, maybe you want to do a stationary bike, you want to outdoor cycle, start walking outside, whatever you can do. Or, check it, learning TikTok dances counts as cardio and aerobics as well.
It does. You're getting that heart rate up and you're getting some likes on TikTok.
I mean, you could throw it back, whatever it is that you want to do. You don't have to post it. Just learn the dances. I have 2 left feet, so I don't know how to throw it back. But, I mean, it's fun. You could do that. That helps. That gets you moving.
It does. As long as you're doing it long enough to where your heart rate's being elevated, that turns into a cardio workout.
And even if it's not perfect and it's not postable, you're still getting in your routine, right?
You're still getting in some exercise. That's right. Before we continue, let's hear about Lubricity.
Lubricity is offering 30% off any purchase by using discount code SS30. Lubricity Moisturizing Spray provides comfort and relief from dry mouth symptoms. Lubricity works differently from other solutions, forming a flavorless gel film that coats the mouth and penetrates oral tissue. This gel film provides lasting relief from even the most persistent dry mouth symptoms. With effects lasting up to 4 hours, Lubricity provides significant improvement in the quality of life of those suffering from dry mouth.
Earlier, Lupe said stick to your ability level. And number 5 is figure out what pace is your pace. And if you enter in a Fitbit challenge, it doesn't mean you have to win. Use it to motivate, but you need to get a little better every day. A few more steps every day, a little more weight every day, 6 minutes of TikTok dancing instead of 5, and just slowly build on it. But figure out what your pace is and then challenge yourself. Just because Lupe can go out and crush 4 miles in an hour, not everybody can, nor do you want to. But if you can go out and do 1.5 miles in an hour, cool.
But listen to your body, because I think... How long has it been, Brian? 3 or 4 weeks that I've been working from home?
Well, yeah, you worked from home for a month and then you went back to the office for a couple of weeks and now you're back at home again. So
Yeah, but now I think maybe it's been 4 weeks, right? And so I decided I'm gonna do the most. I'm gonna make the most of it. And in the morning, because now I start at 9. I get up at 6:30, and it's day out. So I cross the street, and I try to walk maybe from, let's say, 6:30, 6:45, no later than 7, till about 8:15. And the first day, I just wanted to crush it, right? But if I'm being honest, I overdid it. And then the following day, I wanted to crush what I did the day before, and so on and so forth. At the end of the week, my legs, they felt a little bit sore, if I was sitting down for too long. I mean, because as shogis, our joints and stuff and muscles, they get really stiff. But it was a different kind of stiffness because I had been exercising. And I'm not going crazy, and, I'm just kind of power walking. But I remember telling Brian, man, I feel like I've been hiking for days. And it's flat at a park, but I mean, it was a lot of miles, and my legs were feeling it. And even though, like today, for example, I wanted to walk, I knew better, and I knew I needed to give my body a rest, and I rested. But again, go at your own pace, push yourself if you feel you can, but don't overdo it, because you don't want to do too much and then, geez, that made me really tired. I don't think this is for me, right? You'll give up on yourself. So don't push yourself too hard.
Yeah, the idea out of the gate isn't to be sore every day your first few weeks. It's to get the body moving and loosen up those joints and make the routine a habit. That's more important than going out and feeling the burn.
The burn means it's working.
Because if you do go out and you exercise to excess and your muscles are so sore it's hard to walk the next day, you're going to be less likely to continue on.
Absolutely. You can also get 1-pounders. Weight. Start with 1 pound. For me, 5 pounds is too much. I can't do 5. Especially, I don't know what's going on with my shoulder, my left shoulder. It hurts when I raise it. It hurts when I move it. I could hear it creak, creak, creak. I can hear it. What's that about? I don't know. But it's only one shoulder. So I can only do one at a time. So I can only do 1 pound at a time. And I'm working my way up to 3. So sometimes if I'm sitting at my desk or, I don't know, watching TV, I'll grab my 1-pounders and, do a few reps here and there. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I have a really cool weighted hula hoop. And I think I could hula hoop for about 5 minutes before dropping it. And it weighs 2 pounds. I like it. That's fun too. If you can hula hoop. It gets your body moving.
I can't hula hoop. I can jump rope.
And I have a jump rope that I'm going to start using.
Jump roping is fun. I used to jump a lot of rope in Alaska because going outside sucked. It was really cold. So we jumped rope a lot.
You could pretend you're jumping rope if you don't have one.
You can. You're still moving.
You could do jumping jacks.
One thing, you won't trip yourself if you're pretending to jump rope.
I mean, you could still trip, but...
Well, I guess that's true. Number 6 in these tips to feeling better is start some sort of log or journal. And we can't stress the importance of this enough, because if day 1 you do 10 sets of 10 reps with 1 pound weight, that's good. Log that. Day 2, the same. Day 3, try 11 sets or up your rep count within that set. If you're walking and you walk a mile for the first few days, awesome. Next day, try to make that mile in a quarter. But by writing it down and seeing your progress, that alone will motivate you. It's also great information to share with your nutritionist, to share with your rheumatologist, and any other doctor you might go see. So, but most importantly, it's a great way to keep yourself motivated, keep yourself on track, realize that, oh, wow, I've been working my arms out really good and I just keep increasing. Well, maybe you can increase a little more than you thought you could, so you can get a better workout in less time and or focus more time on something you're not doing as well at.
You can do little illustrations of your bunnies.
She calls her biceps bunnies. Look, I have bunnies. And she's flexing.
Woo! Actually, no. Okay, that's a really good point because I do keep a journal. It's actually a daily planner, right? Because I like seeing 7 days in one page. So when you flip it open, those are your 7 days, right? And I only use it for my exercising. So I don't weigh myself every day, maybe like on Friday or once a week. But when I do weigh myself, I do like writing how much I weigh. I log the time that I exercise. So I walk really 3 times a day, right? So if I walk 7 to 8, I do 7 to 8. And then during lunch, if I do 35 minutes, I say 2 to 3 o'clock or whatever it is, whenever you walk. Then at the end of the day, because I pause my exercise, I don't complete it until the end of the day. And that way it gives me my entire stats. And then I write down cardio, I did this much. This is the amount of calories I burned or whatever. If I hopped on the treadmill, I do 45 minutes on the treadmill or my little reps, with the weights. Whatever you do that day, I write it on my journal. And I write one more thing. You want to know what it is, Brian?
Whether you pooped or not.
Yahoo! You know me too well. Whether I pooped or not. Because when I don't eat properly, I can't poop. So that's important to me to write that down. You could also do that on your Fitbit app. Fitbit logs all that for you. Your calories, your exercises, everything.
You can log your food. You can save common foods you eat into the memory so you don't have to add 3 eggs at how many calories. You can just add 3 eggs, poof, and it does it all for you. It's a really cool tool.
I don't log... I don't know. Lately, I haven't been logging my food because I know I've been eating healthy. And I know when I start eating junk. But anyways, so yeah, that's what I log.
Yep, you can log your water. You can log a bunch of stuff inside of Fitbit. And it'll even track your sleep. If you're having a hard time sleeping, you can wear your Fitbit to bed. And it'll let you know, how much time you spent in REM sleep versus the others and how many times you woke up, et cetera, et cetera.
I always wear it to bed. And sometimes I sleep. My average is really 4 hours every time Brian wakes up. I don't know if he gets up in the middle of the night. I'm already awake on my phone. But I sleep on average about 4.5 hours a night. And so I only take my Fitbit off when I shower and when I'm charging it.
In review, fuel your body, be stingy with your spoons, have a support system, low impact exercises, figure out what pace is your pace, and start a workout journal so you can keep track of your gains.
Hope this helps you with your routine. Share your gains with us on social. Follow me on Fitbit. I'm going to start creating challenges.
And remember, the hardest part is just getting started. Start off small gains every day. You'll get there.
One step at a time. Until next time, sip constantly and stay hydrated.